Curtis, did you bring a topic for the table tonight, big dog?
Of course he did.
I was going to ask you guys.
Yes.
Me and my wife have been talking about homesteading has been popping up in our
Again? We talked about that a little bit, I think, on the show I was with you on.
It might have been, yeah.
garden.
It just
What a freaking humble brag. Oh, I've been on Curtis's show. We'll rub it in some more.
Well, he's been on here more than I've been
He
on
hasn't
his.
invited Dave and I yet.
My mouth runs too rampant.
Ramp.
You saying it could be the end of the Curtis Crow show?
Mm-hmm. Makes for tougher editing.
Anyway, Curtis.
Homesteading.
Well, it popped
Right
up
there
in
on the corner? You don't have much room to homestead?
No. Listen, here's what's going on. We've always had a garden.
Yeah.
But we just got a couple of pet bunnies.
Ooh.
And then now, my feed, YouTube's doing its thing. And now I've got,
That algorithm's a son of a bitch.
it's like I've got raising meat rabbits
Yeah.
on my feed. And I'm like, hey,
One of a friend of mine does.
I'm interested in that.
Yep.
I
And
saw
we're going to get chickens this fall. So,
I
we're
wouldn't
right
do
there.
it.
We're right there.
chickens are awful.
No, they're not. They strive on neglect. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
We tried to save a chicken that time. Or was
Duck.
it a duck?
Have you guys had chickens before?
Oh, yeah.
This
Sounds like
guy
you
has.
I fed every coon in the county though with mine. I had to do some. If I'm
Had to
gonna
do some predator control.
if I'm gonna do chickens again, I'm gonna have to Fort Knox the shit out of that.
yeah, that's
Taller
the
fences.
yeah.
No, I
it's
mean,
about going down in the ground. You got to go.
Mine were
like
coming over though. I buried
Really?
I buried a 2x10.
Well, did you have a roof on it at all?
No.
Well,
Well, my coop, yes, but the run, no.
oh yeah, you got to put it on everything now.
yeah.
I mean, they're
And where you're at in town, I mean, not a
No,
lot
they'll
of
still
trees.
find them.
we got coyotes out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know where we used to live with on the corner there, the Y Road, Clo Hunter's old horse farm
Yeah.
with Eric Scott.
over there, 500 West.
We had, I think we got 60 pearl white leghorns one time. We were going to sell eggs. It was a lucrative industry. We were going to get so rich selling chicken eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And we went all over the county buying different chickens and this and that, we took 2 whole horse stalls and made it into nothing but chicken runs.
Yeah,
And they all died. Every one of them.
Predators?
Weasels.
weasels.
They
Wow.
ate the necks out of them. And
Yeah,
you can't keep a weasel
They
out.
eat the necks and they just leave them.
That's it.
Why do they
Next.
just eat the necks?
Yeah, I've
Weasels.
never
They're
asked a
freaking
weasel.
weasels, man.
I've never talked
Nobody's
to
asking. Yeah,
never talked to a weasel.
We ought to rank our rodents, like from least favorite to favorite.
I didn't realize we had weasels around here.
Yeah,
I seen one in the wood pile. Thought it might have been a ferret, but now that we're
they
talking,
definitely
it's
look
probably
like
a
ferrets.
weasel.
It's totally
Who had
mink.
a ferret in the neighborhood? Neighbor Doug, you got a ferret? You got a
Minks.
ferret running around the neighborhood?
Minks do. Minks will eat a chicken.
Minks are nasty. Dude,
They'll eat
man.
a neck.
Well, we can make a coat
You know,
out of
that
them.
sounds like a good cohabitation because you didn't have no desire to eat that chicken neck. So that thing was just leaving the part
No,
you
but I
wanted
had a
for you.
very big desire to eat the eggs coming out of that
Yeah.
chicken's ass. Not
Well,
the neck.
mink's got to eat too.
So my wife, the veterinarian, all out on birds and hogs.
She said they're nasty. Oh, which by the way,
I've been thinking about befriending crows.
dude, I
Have
talked.
you too?
No, not crows.
Oh.
I did talk today to a local buddy of mine that is currently raising hogs to feed out,
Yeah.
and he said, if you're going to do one, at least do 3. And whenever he did it, he told me about how size the pen to get and everything like that. I think I'm going to do it next. I'm going to prepare for it this season and then get them. He said if we get them in August, then we'll be ready to butcher by December, January.
Where are
With
you gonna
hogs,
put- where are
it's
you gonna
cheaper
put-
just to go buy the damn thing.
I know, but
Where
it's
are you
the
gonna put
experience.
hogs?
Down there
Yeah.
by
You know where your meat came from.
down below the chicken shed there. Just fence in a corner
I'm
there.
trying to convince Janelle to let me get a buffalo.
There's one
we
right
know where
over
we
here.
can find one. We know where we can find one. We just got to break her out.
Like legitimately?
There's one right here.
Yeah, it's right here. His name's Annie.
Her name's Annie.
That's what I said.
She's
She's an ornery old
gray
heifer.
old mare. She's been around as long as I've been here. She was
gray
old when
old
I
mare.
got here.
I don't know.
Right over here.
I mean, because there's people that eat bison meat. We just
Yeah.
raise them for the meat.
A buddy that I used to work with had him at the mine and sold it for $8 a pound for burger.
Hellfire, you can't buy a beef burger for that anymore.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, beef burgers.
$8 a pound for
Yeah.
bison burger.
I don't
I'm
even
all
think
in
it's
on
that good.
homesteading. Justine wants to do like a whole yard garden. We've done the chickens. I haven't in a while because I have kids now and they take up all of my time. But canning, like I'm all in on canning.
Yeah.
He's really just like a 70-year-old housewife living in a.
I mean, I
Hey,
really
the
like
stuff
doing
is
this.
fun.
Stuff. Yeah, it is.
So we got pet rabbits.
Yeah.
We're going to eventually get meat rabbits.
Right.
Now, how's that going to go with the family?
That's fine because we're going to have we're going to have pet rabbits that will always be pet rabbits, but we're just going to teach our kids.
Now,
these
do you know?
rabbits-
Do your kids know that? Like Justine almost lost the tip of her finger off of a fair rabbit one time.
I mean, they're
like she brought
sharp.
it home for a pet, and that some bitch about took the tip of her finger off.
yeah. I mean,
Fluffy didn't last long.
we're there. We've only had them for a week now.
Oh, what kind did you get?
The hoppy
They're
ones.
New Zealand rabbits.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's the number one.
It's we got them at the arcade down there. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
and
Did they come with a hat?
popcorn. They got free
Listen.
popcorn.
there wasn't many left. We got the last couple ones. But
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah,
If you're going to buy a pet rabbit,
yeah.
Already
like
did.
like the New Zealands,
They're already
and
there.
like the mini Rex and stuff like that for your meat rabbits, go ahead and do that. But if you want a pet rabbit, you need to look into a Flemish giant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Flemish giants are like, you can leash train them bastards and you can litter box
I don't know
train
that I
them.
want them to be that much of a pet.
Okay.
It's
You
going
know,
to stay out there in a box. The
they're
kids
doing-
are going to go out and say
Yeah.
hi.
That's what's going on
Yeah.
right now.
But
It's
you don't
working.
have to. You
It's
can bring
working
this
great.
you can bring this giant in the house.
I don't want it in the house.
Okay.
It's
Right.
great what's happening right now. They're outside in
Okay.
the hutch. We go out there.
Uh-huh.
We visit them.
Now,
they're-
is it a buck and a doe?
So we don't know
'Cause
We're-
you know
we're
what
fixing to
rabbits will
find
do.
out.
Now you didn't sex them, like they haven't been.
They won't do that. We asked them, and they're like, "Nah, you got to figure it out." And I'm like, "Well,
Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah.
we're fixing to figure it out."
Huh.
Well,
It's
I guess
all
we go home, give them both a little bit of vodka, and see what happens in 7 to 14 days.
so far, so good. But
Yeah.
we'll find out.
I don't know how old they have to be like ready to breed.
But these
and all that
seem
stuff.
like I don't know
Easter leftovers.
No, like they're not old, but they're like
Yeah.
Middle-aged.
mature
Mature.
rabbits. Like
Oh.
they're fully grown.
Right.
Uh,
So you can buy. I mean, I had a buddy that did meat rabbits. I have a buddy that I work with right now that does meat rabbits, and I think his doe just had one litter, and he's waiting on another doe to have another litter.
I need to talk
and
to
then-
him because
yeah.
we got to figure out the
Yeah.
hardest part's figuring out where to get them
Right.
and getting.
I mean,
Good ones.
So he's just down the road here. I'll talk to him tomorrow
Heck
at
yeah.
work. And
You
I'll-
could get a hog in the yard. Just got to fence it. Friend of the program lunchbox got his.
Yep.
Yeah.
pretty
Now that
sure
they in town too.
I'm pretty sure our neighbor just up the hill has a hog. They
You've
let
got
out
a neighbor building a hell of a house up there on the hill.
Fort Knox up there, dude.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. So the whole hog thing, some friends of ours, we did it about 5-6 years ago, and we raised them out, probably more like 10 years ago. We just bought one, wrote him a check to take care of it. And then whenever it was butchering time, we all came together and did the butchering, which a lot of people here butcher hogs. Dave and I helped Dave butcher, Justin, we butcher down there and stuff like that. It's fun. Like it's that whole,
It's like a thing around here. People
it's
get together. And
huge.
do
It's a
it. Yeah.
huge thing around here. It's a 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. You get your work done, then you have cocktails and reap what you sow type thing. It's a good deal. But like as far as the other end of the homesteading stuff, like I'm not gonna wipe my ass with cloth. And I'm not gonna.
You're still going to keep the modern conveniences.
Yeah.
You're not going
100%.
completely.
Like
That's
I'm not
why-
gonna make. I'm not gonna make tinctures out of grass in the yard.
Yeah, I
Your
kinda-
old
not doing
lady's
that.
not going to start sewing your bowling shirts, is what you
No,
Okay.
I kind of get annoyed with a lot of the homesteading
Yeah.
stuff, but I like the idea of just.
Now where you at on
Kinda.
kombucha?
Oh,
I don't even know,
it's
man.
You know what that
Asian
is?
cabbage they bury
Yeah.
in the
No, that's
backyard.
kimchi.
No, is it?
No? Yeah, kimchi is the cabbage stuff. Kombucha is like a fermented tea that you drink for your gut. Big time homesteader.
How do you know
stuff.
what kombucha is? But
Well,
you don't
'cause
know
I
what
drink-
chagrin is.
Chagrin?
Yeah. See, and then this guy
Still
knows
don't, he
everything.
forgot it already.
Yeah. He,
Is it chagrin or chagrin?
no.
Depends on. I'm from
The chagrin was his
I'm from
joke.
French Lick. I got a little bit. couple syllables slip in there.
Yeah. Jeez.
No, but I was
God.
thinking about the chickens. So we got an old block shed up there with a concrete slab
Yeah,
floor.
yeah,
Of course, we're going to
perfect.
turn into the coop, which should be pretty
Perfect.
secure.
Yeah.
And we're going to build a run off of it.
Yeah.
Make
So
banks that way. Blocks of concrete.
So I
They
built
do.
I built a
Working
lean-to onto the shed that I already had, and then just boxed it in, and then built the whole run, the whole width of the shed, but it just doesn't have a roof over it.
Mhm.
And I had a slider door that would slide it, but I don't go down there every morning and night to put them up and take them out and stuff like that. And that was my fault.
Yeah.
So the coons would literally just whoop,
Yeah.
pop over the fence and then right into the old hen house there, boys. Game over.
Mm.
We found 13 of them on the roof of that shed in one day.
Yeah, they had it looked like a KFC.
It was
A
a
massacre.
it was a bloodbath. Yeah, I had to take my boy. Max was little. Max was little at the time. I could still lift him up, and I lifted him up on the roof of that sumbitch, and he just kept chucking chickens down. I'm like, "Where are they?" He said, "Dad, they're everywhere." He just kick them off the roof, and I mean, there was 13 chickens up there dead.
I've never seen a raccoon around my place, but I bet when we get chickens,
Oh, they'll come.
They'll start showing.
They'll
up.
be
If you
there.
build it, they will come.
Yeah.
yeah,
Might have to do some trapping.
that's right.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna put a big garden up. The garden's going in for sure this fall. Then I'm gonna start getting some berry plants,
Good,
berry bushes,
good.
asparagus patch.
Let's do it.
Doesn't
all
do you
kinds
any
of
good not to bury him.
Amen.
That's true.